Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a simple but functional Notion dashboard. I know that when you're first beginning with Notion, it can be a bit overwhelming since there are so many different things that you can do on here. But I think that it's important to not waste too much time trying to figure out how everything works and just create something that is functional for you. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this template that you see on screen. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin on a new page and just title it dashboard. Let's also go ahead and make it full width over here in the three dots. And let's add an icon. And if you'd like, we can also go ahead and add a cover. I'll choose something from Unsplash. And in most of my templates, I like to add a call out at the very top with just a phrase or something to keep me motivated. So I'm going to do / call out. And right here in the 6 dots, you can change the color. I'm going to make it green. And then you can also change the icon. And then I'm just going to add something like one of the first things that I started using Notion for was a place where I could keep track of all of the tasks that I needed to get done. So we're going to create a to-do list where we're going to add a priority level and a deadline as well. So let's go ahead and do / database inline. And this is going to be a new table. Let's give a title to this database. You can hide the database title right here in these 3 dots. Here where it says name, I'm just going to click and rename it to task. And let's also add a date property. So if I hit the plus sign and let's select the date property, I'm going to rename it to deadline. Okay. And let's also add a select property so that we can add the priority level. So if we go back to the plus sign, click on this select property, and this is going to be priority. And let's add some options. So I'm going to do high, medium, and low. And then you can change the colors accordingly. Let's also add a checkbox property so that we can check it off once the task has been completed. So if we go back to the plus sign and select checkbox, and I'm going to rename this to done. I'm going to add an example so that we can see how it's coming along. Now to make this look a little bit cleaner, I'm going to turn it into a list view. So if we go over here to these 3 dots, select layout and then list. Now we can only see the task itself. So let's go back to the 3 dots over here. And in properties, let's make the priority and the done checkbox visible. I'm not including the deadline because this view in particular, I'm going to make it so that only the items that are due today are shown. And in order to do that, we have to add a filter. So if we go to the filter right here, select deadline, and instead of this week, let's change it to this day. I'm going to add another filter so that it only shows me items that have not been checked off. So add filter here, select the done property and select unchecked. So if you notice here, there's this page icon. There are 2 things that we can do to make it look better because I don't like seeing it as it is. We can either go to the 3 dots over here, go to layout, and then toggle off this show page icon. Or if we leave it on, we can go here where it says new, select the down arrow, and then select new template. And then we can add an icon. So for example, maybe a check mark. And then if we go back once more to that page we just created, so this new page, click on the 3 dots, set as default for all of my views. And now each time that we add a task, that icon is going to show up. So here, if I click new page, we have the icon showing. And now I'm going to add a callout header for this view. So I'm going to do / callout. And this is going to be due today. I'm going to change the icon. And then I'm just going to drag it up here to the top of my list. Here, where is this list? If you select and then click rename, I like to just hit the space bar, and then that way only the icon shows up. Okay, now let's go ahead and add weekly and monthly views. So if I go over here to these 6 dots, I'm going to click and then I'm going to copy the link and then paste it as a linked database view. But instead of the layout being a list, we're going to change it to a calendar. So go to layout, calendar, and I'm going to change it to show calendar as week. Okay, now since we copied it from the database above, it still has the same filters, and I want to remove the one where it just shows me anything that is due today. So let's click on filter, and then this deadline right here, let's select it and let's delete the filter. And now the only one that you have is to show any items that have not been checked off. Let's also make the priority and the checkbox visible in this layout. So if we go to the 3 dots, properties and priority, and done. And here where we have the icon, I'm going to rename it to weekly. There we go. And now what we can do is we can just duplicate this view. So I'm going to select the weekly, click duplicate, and this is going to be monthly. Now what we have to change is the layout so that it shows the calendar as a month. Perfect. And so this way we can just toggle back and forth between our weekly and our monthly views. I'm also going to add a callout header for this view. So I'm going to do / callout. And this is just going to be calendar. I'm going to change the icon and just drag it up to the top. Perfect. Now I want to add a section where I can add other templates, for example, a habit tracker or a place for finances, maybe even a vision board. And so we're going to add a gallery view so that we can add those templates there. So I'm going to do / gallery view, and this will be a new gallery. Let's add a title for our gallery view. And you can hide the database title right here. So I'm going to add a new card for each of the templates that I want to add. And here you can feel free to add whichever templates you need for your dashboard. I'm just going to include some examples of the most common ones. Here I'm going to delete this created and tags property. We don't really need them. And so this will be maybe journal. And I'm going to add a cover for each one of the sections, but in order for the cover to show up, we have to change the layout. So if we go back to the 3 dots, layout, and where it says card preview, let's change it to page cover. So now I can go ahead and add my page covers for each section. Okay, so I went ahead and added covers for all of my sections. Now, again, here is where you can add whatever templates you might need. And here in Notion, there's a lot of free templates that you can explore. So if you go over here on the side and click on templates, you can search up any template that you might need. And I would say that most of them are free. So if you need a finance tracker, habit tracker, or anything else, this is a good place to start. And then once you feel more comfortable, then you can start exploring other options or creating your own and just see what works best for you. So I'm going to drag this gallery view up to the top so that I have quicker access to it. Just gonna select and drag it up. And I'm going to place it next to my due today, right here. And I'm going to resize it so that this due today is a bit smaller. There we go. I'll also drag out my due today box right here. And I'm going to add another one for my gallery. So just / call out my gallery. And I'll place it right here. And again, here where it says gallery view, you can just click, rename, hit the space bar, and it'll just have the icon showing. And I think it looks way cleaner. And that's everything for this video. I hope that it's useful for you in getting started with Notion. You can also find the link to the template down below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos about Notion.